Welcome to Why is Harriet Crying, a podcast brought to you by me, Sunil Patel, Harriet Kemsley, and today our special guest is Joz Norris.
Hello.
Today we'll be discussing if Harriet can, once she gives birth, not cut the umbilical cord and keep the child attached to her until it's grown up. Harriet?
I don't know. I don't know the answer.
Would you like to do that?
Absolutely not.
Joz wants you to.
I think it would be, I was going to say funny, but interesting. I think it would be a worthwhile experiment.
I'm 80 years old and I have a 30-year-old man.
Yeah, he doesn't
attached
breathe
to me.
or eat because you
Wait,
do
what?
it for him.
A
And I
30...
just- When
You're not 50.
You're not 50.
Wait, how old am I?
Wait a minute.
So I'm 80 and I'll have a 50.
You'd have a 50-year-old
40,
man.
yeah, 45. Yeah. 40,
How old are you now? 34?
34, so 40.
He'd be
74.
about...
If you,
You'd be... What?
you'd be 74 if he's 40.
So then I'll
Yes.
have to, every time I go to the toilet, he'll have to come.
That's
But
right.
presumably umbilical cords can fit under door. You'd need a
think
door
they're
with
that-
a
I
with
don't
a
think
big
they're
enough...
that long.
How
It's
long?
not like string. It's like, it's quite a short.
My friend had a 2-meter umbilical cord
What?
when she was born. Yeah, really long. So I guess maybe that's why I'm
How
asking.
do you know
I've
that?
got this in my...
She was
like
bragging about it.
Yeah, I went to her birthday party and her mum did a speech about how long... No, her dad. Her dad did a speech about how long her umbilical cord was when she was born and how it was a sign of things to come or something. I don't know.
What does that mean?
I don't know, like great, like big... The bigger the umbilical cord, the bigger the life. Maybe.
How long was your umbilical cord?
I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know anything about my birth apart from the fact I didn't cry. But I actually now realise.
It's so terrifying.
I actually
Your
now
poor
realise that
mother.
actually quite a lot, not a lot, but there's a fair number of babies who don't cry when they come out.
Really?
It's
It's
very
not just me.
unnatural. It's a bad sign.
No, it's just because if you think about it, everything you know about birth is from watching it on movies or on TV, and it's like a woman in terrible pain and a baby crying, and that's because it's the most dramatic thing you can do on a
Yes.
screen. If it's like a woman not crying and a baby just popping out, like that's weird, but it does
Yeah.
happen.
Was your mother quite silent during birth, do you think? Is she
I
quite
don't
a quiet
know.
woman?
I don't know. Is she a quiet woman? What do you mean in terms of like
Well, was she
voice or?
Well, I don't know. Was she just... She didn't scream. She just... Because you're quite quiet. You only speak when you need... Like, you're quite softly spoken. You just... If you were in labour, you'd just sit there, I think. And,
Today, I'll tell you what happened today. This is what I like quiet because it means fewer people try and speak to me. Because if, like, I don't want to draw attention.
yeah.
Like today, I got a taxi with Helen Bauer, my housemate, and it was quiet all the way, and then she just started talking to me out of nowhere, and I was like, okay, thank you, that's the end of that. I don't want to go and see Clifford the Big Red Dog, the live show. That was what she.
Is there a
was on.
live show?
There is a live show of that.
Who's Clifford?
That's quite good.
Clifford the Big Red Dog is a child's
Famous
book.
big
It's a
dog.
book.
Oh.
But anyway, so that was the end of that. But that triggered the taxi driver to start talking about his acting career, and I just put my headphones in, and it lasted for about half an hour. She was talking to him, and she just texted me, "Get me out of this," and I was just replying,
It was her fault.
Yeah.
I'm not drowning
Yeah.
with you. This is on you." And it's like if you start talking, then people will talk to you, and often you don't want them to. Is my point.
Interesting that you do a podcast.
I do want to talk to the people in this room, though.
That's nice.
That's the
That's the
thing.
nicest thing you've said, maybe. The whole podcast.
Anyway, I want to talk. Go on.
What did you do when you came out of the womb if you didn't cry? I can't picture them
just- I
doing
imagine
anything
you
other
sighed.
Now,
than
just like now, but without
Sighed.
the
just
beard.
calm.
I'm possibly quite terrified, but not
Yeah, you
willing
must
to show
have
it.
had some reaction to what
I
was
guess
going
so,
on.
yeah.
Very still. I don't
Well, okay,
imagine
This is
you
all
could
fine.
either.
You're a little slug at that age, aren't you? I'm a little slug now, but you can't move much. I'm just quite surprised at what I was seeing, I guess.
Just waiting to take it
I
in.
wasn't expecting it.
You didn't have your glasses yet as well, so you
I
probably
didn't have
Or
my
your
glasses.
beard.
Yeah.
No. Did you cry, Joz, when you were born?
I think I did. Well, I
don't
was
know.
very
This is
small
it.
and yellow. I had to be put in like
I
a
had
pan.
yellow.
I think they
yellow
put
as
you in a
well.
pan and it heats you up more.
Yeah.
It's jaundice. I had some jaundice.
Me
when I
too.
was
Welcome
born.
to the Jaundice Club.
Did you have jaundice as well?
Maybe I was quiet then. Maybe jaundice
Losers.
babies come
Jaundice,
out
mate.
quite quiet.
Sorry.
Your baby might have jaundice.
Yeah.
Oh no!
And if it does, you'll have to put it in a pan.
I don't know about the pan. Is that true? Like a lobster?
Yeah, it's like a heat. No, it's like a heat.
Gotta put it in
heat
a little
lamp.
frying pan.
It's got a like an incubator. They put it in an incubator.
Like an egg?
Yeah. Like boiling an egg. And I think I was in there for a week or so. All pipes and
what
stuff.
colour did you go?
Just my normal, my usual colour. Just settled in. And then just sort of rolled with it for my life.
Wow.
What colour were you when you were born, Harriet?
I was just regular.
Oh, that's regular, is it? Someone's getting cancelled for that. That's regular. I guess everything else is irregular. And
my
not
regular
correct.
colour. I was my regular colour. I wasn't yellow. I wasn't blue. Maybe probably a bit red.
Were you crying?
Yeah.
Were you screaming?
Probably.
I bet I sobbed like a little bitch.
Overwhelmed.
Yeah, very overwhelmed. Been a
Just
long
a lot
journey.
going on, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's exciting to think what's going to happen.
You know, when the placenta comes out, you can turn that.
Oh, yeah, you can eat that.
You can eat it.
I know.
going
I'm
to?
wondering whether I should. No, I'm not going to
No,
fry it.
I-
You can
who-
get it into pills.
Who's going to do what?
You get a company to come and then they come and take it and then they put it into pills and it can be.
How do they do that?
I guess they chop it up. But then me and Bobby were saying, how do you trust
Chop
that
it up
the
into the
company?
size of a pill.
Me and Bobby were like, how do you know that they're definitely giving you back your own placenta? They could mix all the placenta up, or they could just give you like dog food. Like,
Can you be with them every step of the
no, they
process?
come. They have to come and put it in a freezer bag.
That's suspicious.
And then take it away, and then they send you your pills in the post.
You want to have it like a magic trick where you never see it never leaves your sight. 'Cause
Exactly.
otherwise they
Yeah.
could be doing anything.
You want to get
behind
like
there.
a kind of like that Salt Bay kind of chef to come and just like whip it up into pills in front of you.
How much do you reckon he'd charge for that?
A lot of money, I think.
Money.
Yeah, and they'd be quite salty.
Yeah, I saw a video of him
pills.
yesterday, just at his like that expensive restaurant he's got in
Yeah.
Knightsbridge, and he was just like dabbing a bit of baguette into butter, and I was like, that's not worth £1,000.
Oh, that sounds nice though.
Or dabbing baguette into hot butter.
I do like baguette with butter, yeah, but
But that's
10
not.
grand's a lot.
It's not like why
Was
would you
that thing
put-
he was selling? He wasn't just doing
He was
that
doing
for
a video
himself.
of him, like
That
a
was
sensual
like a
video
product.
of him like rubbing baguette into hot butter.
You found it sensual, did you?
I
Your favourite
am
thing,
not afraid to
butter.
say he
Butter
had
and
sunglasses
bread.
on as well, and then he sprinkled the salt on it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You loved it,
It's
quite
not for me.
sensual.
Not for me. That restaurant. Thank you. I'll stick to my favourite restaurant, which is.
Dunkin' Donuts.
I just didn't want to say Pizza Express.
You
They're
also
good, actually,
love Pizza
Pizza
Express.
Okay, it's good value.
Do you remember when that 14-year-old girl wrote a review of Pizza Express and she got bullied off the internet
No.
for that? She won a competition to
Her
write
name was
something for like
Harriet. What's his name?
her local paper.
Yeah.
And it was her first trip
Kink
to a
Gazette.
restaurant, and she wrote a review and it said, "All I can say is wow." That was the first sentence of it, and everyone was really horrible to her for being so impressed by it. But she'd never been to a restaurant, so like the idea of somebody bringing her
Yeah,
dough balls
yeah,
and
yeah,
eating
yeah.
a
Never
pizza
been to a
that
single restaurant.
I think she'd never been to a restaurant where like you could see them making the pizzas
Yeah,
over there,
of
and it wasn't just a
course.
kind of like factory kind. Like not that Pizza Express is
It's a
the best,
thrill.
but like to
Yes.
a kid,
But when Pizza Express first opened, pizzas in this country were shit.
Yeah.
They were horrible. They would be like just oven cooked pizzas.
yeah, I think that was a big
Terrible.
night
And
out
you
for a
got
while for me.
colouring pencils.
Yes, yeah. I think she mentioned those. Actually.
Groundbreaking.
I forget what she
Yes, I
mentioned
bet
in it,
she
but people
did.
were horrible. The newspaper had to come out and defend it and say, "We just wanted to commission new young writers and get new voices into journalism, and we really liked her piece." It was really sad.
That's so sad.
Real shame.
I wish I'd known because I would have stood up for her.
Yeah.
What would you have said?
I would have said, leave her alone. She loves Pizza Express.
Then they'll come
it's
after
a
you.
great restaurant.
Never.
And then I'll deflect and I'll say, Sunil Patel told me to stand up for her, and then you'll have to take the
Why are you dragging me
trolls.
into it?
Well,
I've
because
done
I
nothing
took my
wrong.
heat and then I've passed the fire to you.
I don't want the fire.
You take the fire.
No, thank you.
I'm giving you the fire. You've got to take it. You can pass it on to Joz.
I'm too sick of. Okay, all right.
She might have done all right out of it as well. It was a long time ago. She might have gone into journalism. I got no
Or
idea.
Yeah, she could be.
So hopefully,
Waitressing.
she's fine.
She loved Pizza Express. It'd be a dream.
How do you reckon you can franchise the Pizza Express?
It is a franchise,
Is
isn't
it?
it? Yeah.
Harriet,
Snell loves
something to think
franchising.
about.
What do you mean by like movies?
Yeah, sort of.
Pizza Express
Pizza Express
2.
Cinematic
Pizza
Universe.
Express
They're all
3D.
No, you know franchise. So it's like McDonald's is a franchise, so anyone can be like they put up £1 million and they can have their own McDonald's wherever they want.
What?
That's how franchises work.
Oh my
Can,
god!
but
buy
then
the
can you
right
just
to
put one in
that.
the garden? Like, I could just have one in my garden. In my
Yeah, but you'd be losing a lot of money.
No way.
How much does it cost to?
I'd make loads of money, actually. I'll have milkshakes on tap.
Do not get into franchising in my garden. How are you going to get enough people in and out of your garden to sell enough burgers to pay them back?
do
Drive-through.
a press release
Okay.
saying it's the only McDonald's in a garden,
Yeah, exactly.
and then already there's buzz.
and drive through, but it'll have to be on bike.
Actually, you are near a school. You'll get a lot of content.
Near a school, on the estate. So lots of people around here if they want a McFlurry.
How do they all learn the recipes then? If anybody can do it, how come they don't taste different from restaurant to restaurant?
Very interesting question. And I watched a lot of McDonald's franchising videos for a day last month. What it is, if you want to be a McDonald's franchisee, you've first of all got to have enough money, and it's at least like $1 million,
right?
Because you got to buy a lot. You got to pay them like loads of money every year as well. But they basically then they say, all right, you come and learn how to do it. You spend a year working at McDonald's from cleaner up.
Oh wow!
You do every job in the McDonald's.
So you learn all
you learn
That's
every
fantastic.
single job. Yeah, and then
so it's like an apprenticeship. It's like a
exactly.
Like a course.
So you spend.
I might do that for my child rather than university.
Yeah, that's good.
But there's like it's the early McDonald's that started 20 years ago. Not the early ones, but the new. It's harder and harder to find a site where you'll get enough traffic to make it worthwhile. So the ones that started like 20, 30 years ago are earning huge amounts.
Pyramid scheme like Bitcoin.
That's not a pyramid scheme. I'm saying that. All right, fine.
There's too many people at the top that get in first, make the money.
Do you reckon there's one in the mayor's office? I reckon
McDonald's.
the mayor's office could do with
a Bitcoin.
Or like Houses of Parliament. If it's about choosing a site that doesn't have one yet, you got to think about what are the sites where there's a lot of people there actually, but they just haven't caved into franchise pressure yet.
I just go to a town which doesn't have one.
Oh yeah, that could work as well.
What I'd do is I'd open my own restaurant called McDobbins.
Well, I get sued into oblivion.
No, I wouldn't
it's a
get
different
sued.
word. It's a different word.
Completely different.
Completely different. What's the logo going to be?
It's going to be
McDobbins.
Yeah. But the logo is an upside down M.
Like a W.
So a W.
Yes, a W.
What colour? What colour is it?
Yeah.
It's kind of
blue, is it?
Blue.
Yeah,
What's
that's
the
completely
opposite
different.
of yellow?
Yeah,
blue.
yeah.
Yeah, it's blue upside down.
That's so
McDobbins.
different. It's exactly the same.
Why is it a W if it's called McDobbins?
Joz,
That's
don't
the
ask.
question. I'm creating mystery around
Right,
it.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what's
yeah.
interesting. Or you could look at. Basically, it's not upside down. It just depends what angle you're at.
Or if you maybe you could put all of them above either water or a mirror, so that when you look down in the reflection, then you see what the logo is supposed
at
to be.
McDobbins, we don't need to do that.
Right,
Or
okay. It's
the
just in the
problem is
customer's
with you
head.
because
Right.
you're standing upright. If you do a headstand,
Cool.
it looks
So
fine.
the customer is always wrong.
That's our motto. McDobbins, yeah.
Yeah, I'd go.
Any interest in investing into this, Joz?
It's £1 million and you work for a
£1
cleaner
million,
for 10 years.
please.
Can I invest like £20 and see how it does?
That's already
For
too
a-
much money to give her for this.
No, I'm happy.
Yeah,
I'm happy
yeah,
to
I'll
part
take
with
it.
that.
Snell?
No.
Snell.
Okay, you can have £1.
Okay.
I think it's good.
Joz, have you got any?
really good.
Have you got any ideas for a small business that you could do on the side?
I've never really. I've started investing this year in because I thought I need some sort of long-term money plan.
Yeah.
So I downloaded like a stocks and shares app that traces what things are doing, and I invested in. I thought I was going to go heavily into like I'm going to become a kind of business trader person, but I invested in something. Wine. I thought wine is always going to go.
Yes.
People are always going to want wine.
People always
So I
want
invested
wine.
in a wine delivery company at about 11 o'clock in the morning, and I put about £20 in, and
Wow,
then it
big
went.
spender.
It went down
Oh.
in the next hour. So I panicked and sold all my shares.
That's the way to do it,
and
man.
lost about £5 on that. And then I thought pets. There's been a big boom
Right,
because of
changing
lockdown.
your investment philosophy in the space of an hour.
Invest in dogs.
I'll put it all
Yes.
into pets. So then I put £20 again into Pets at Home, like a pet insurance
Oh,
company.
yeah, that's a good
and
idea.
then that again started going down within the next hour. So
Yes.
I sold all my shares in that.
What is it
And
about
then-
you that causes companies to lose?
I realised I'm not good
a
at holding
quarter
my
of their
nerve.
profit.
Was
because
it
I
a
think
day
to
when
do well
everything was going down?
It was just like, I just realised that that's what stocks do.
Yeah.
They don't just. I thought when people
You
say
have
that
to be in the
stocks go
long
up,
term. Yeah.
but like they do that, they go up and down and hover around. And I
Yes.
saw them immediately kind of. They didn't go down massive. They went down by like 0.5%.
Yeah.
And I sold everything and then lost money on the fees.
Yeah.
And I don't think I'm good at waiting to see what happens.
You can never lose if you never sell.
Yeah, that's what I learned.
That's what I
I lost
always
about
say.
£15 on the stock market. So then
You only put 20 in. You lost 3/4 of it.
Well, yeah, but I did it 3 times. I put £20 in 3 times,
What was
losing
the
and all the
third
5 each
transaction
time.
fees
The
as well.
third time was, I think it was some. Oh no, I thought about investing in Games Workshop. You know,
yeah.
with the little
That's actually a
war
very good
models.
company. It does
It's
very
doing
well,
really
yeah.
well. If I had,
Smells terrible.
does it?
Yeah.
I've not been in a long time.
So-
It's like PVA
paint.
glue and stuff, probably.
No, the men.
Oh,
The smells of the men.
Smells really bad.
I think that's gone up like 120% this year. I should have put it into
Yeah.
that.
Whoa.
Something to think about.
But in the
Harriet.
end,
Yeah.
I cancelled the whole thing. My compromise was I put £2 into Bitcoin,
Oh,
which
that's
is now
nice.
£2.30.
Welcome to the revolution, Joz.
But I don't think I've got the business head. I think I panic when I see things going
Yes.
badly, and I would just shut down the entire business. I wouldn't think, what can I do to course correct? I'd set fire to the whole place and go, I've got to get out. I
Good
have to
thing,
get
good
out
thing you're not
before I
looking
lose.
at the Bitcoin price, though, I guess, every day.
Oh no, I'm looking at it. It's not
it
doing very well.
fluctuates quite a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Checking on that
Not
£2.
great at the moment. Yeah.
When did you put your £2 in?
I booked it just with the big crash
Booked it.
in May.
Yeah.
Wow, 30p in that time. Pretty
Yeah,
good.
it's not great. It went quite high
Yeah.
for a bit. It went to like £2.70, £2.80, but now
Yeah.
it's back down to £2.30 odds. But I'm happy. I'm happy
Yeah,
with what I did.
good for you, Joz. It's good to take risks.
Yeah. Because at the moment, a Bitcoin is like £40,000.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
my £2 could become £80,000, right?
Wow,
Yeah.
that seems like a leap.
50,000.
If it increased by the same amount again
Yeah.
as it
But
has.
then, I
don't really
yeah,
understand
I think,
it.
I don't think £2 is enough to really... to really...
Don't crush his dreams.
No,
Neil.
no. If you put £2 in 10 years ago...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
be
But he's
So-
thinking 10 years
So
in
I'm
the future.
thinking £2
Yeah.
now will
Be
become
that in 10 years.
£100,000.
I
Because
don't know,
Bitcoin will
no.
be worth 2 million.
No.
Oh, right. Oh, I see.
Yeah, good for you, Joz.
Imagine
Very
if it
smart.
was.
It's worth waiting to see.
Imagine
isn't
if
it?
one
Yeah.
Bitcoin was 100 million pounds a Bitcoin.
I'd be happy.
That'd be... Then no,
be doing
because
all right.
you'll be thinking, I wish I put a tenner in.
No. You make the decisions you make,
Yeah.
and then you gotta
Doesn't
stand
sound
by them.
like... doesn't sound like that's what you did with these stocks.
Yeah, but now I'm happy. I'm happy with it now.
Oh, okay, good.
I've done it. I've
See?
made my bed.
See?
I might
Everyone's
put another
getting into
pound
it.
in every
Day.
every day.
Don't you have to pay every time you put money in? Don't you have to pay?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
So actually, it's the worst business decision you could...
Monthly, you could put in like 20 quid.
I don't know though, because Spotify's like 10,
Yeah.
and then when you have a lot of that stuff going out, it's just
yeah.
a bit stressful.
Maybe give up music.
Well, actually, what you can do with that Bitcoin money you've got is that you can actually collateralize it and borrow money against it.
Don't know what that means.
Yeah, let's leave it then.
Anyway, there'll always be a position for you at McDobbins.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Two business minds here.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it. It's an honor. It's been an absolute honor listening to your opinions on business and money,
Thank you.
and I've learned so much.
What would your business be if you were going into business?
Donut shop.
I don't know if I'd like to run a shop. I don't really like people.
Donut delivery.
Well, that's people
you,
as well.
No, but you make the donuts, but then people...
I don't like driving. Why do you keep thinking I like donuts that much?
I don't know, it's just really funny.
I saw a box of Krispy Kremes today and I thought, ugh, no thanks.
Really?
No, but I just didn't have it.
Okay, a donut delivery company, but you ride on your little bike
I don't-
and then like a news paper boy,
I
you throw the
fling donuts at
you
people.
fling donuts at people as
And
you
who's
go
gonna be
past.
paying
Right
for
in
that?
their mouths. They have to catch them in their
Exactly,
mouths.
you'd love
Ask for a
that. Sunil.
contactless payment.
Yeah.
No, I don't know actually. I remember Harriet was saying the other week that every time she sees a job advertised, she's like, "Should I apply for that?"
Yeah.
In a window,
Really?
like for
Kitchen
waitress,
porter,
kitchen
chef.
porter.
Why? Just something
I just
to
think,
do.
I should probably do that.
I should probably finally
something
apply and
sensible,
become a
yeah.
kitchen porter.
Yeah.
But then I've watched too much Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares to think it's like I'd be any good at it. Horrible job.
Yeah.
You wouldn't last a minute,
Well, I can't really carry many things at the moment, so it would be a very slow.
and you're allergic to a lot of the ingredients.
Yes, and I'm very clumsy. So
Yeah. So why do you keep applying for those jobs?
well, I haven't applied. I don't think
right,
I'd
but-
get it. I don't think I'd be able to get it. So, but you got to dream big.
I guess so.
I reckon a lot of like setting up new business ideas is about problem solving, right? It's you look at a problem that exists and
Yeah.
then you work out what you can do about it.
Yes.
And the thing I keep thinking at the moment is I've got an upstairs neighbour who orders a lot of parcels to the building.
Yeah.
But her name isn't on the bell, the doorbell.
Yeah.
It says the names of who's in the things, but hers isn't on her door. So they keep ringing my bell to go and collect her parcels. So is there a business way
a sticker printing business?
Right.
Or you could just write it on a piece of paper, and then just put it in there.
Yeah, I guess that's just a problem
not all
I could solve quite easily.
need a business to solve.
I was trying to work out if there was some kind of delivery. You could create a delivery company that means you're never going to be rung for somebody else's parcel again. They're always going to deliver it to the right.
Or you could work for people that don't want to be disturbed, so then you stand by the doorbell, and when they press it, you say,
"Yes, not them."
That's not them.
You mean like a servant?
Yeah. Or just like a concierge, actually. Just describe concierge service.
But you don't have a lobby, you just stand outside.
Yeah, I stand outside people's houses. I do it in every house that needs it.
What I'd do to solve that problem is I'd say, all right, get your parcels delivered to me, or like loads of people, if they're out. And then every day I'd be like, when are you home? They'll say, I'm home now. And then I'd get a drone.
Oh.
And I'd send the parcels to them by drone, just drop it on their heads.
Right.
I would set up myself as one of those Collect Plus delivery places.
Oh, you just do the existing business.
And so then they'd get delivered to me, and then I'd get paid for it every time, and then they'd have to come to me, and then if they didn't bring their ID, I'd say, sorry, no.
Oh, like what they do now.
yeah. It would be really fun.
I don't think they get paid much to be a Collect Plus thing.
Really? Yeah,
So
they always
do you have
get
to be a
annoyed.
shop, or can you be just an individual and say, I'm also a Collect Plus?
I think you simply must be a shop.
Right.
You as a person. I think it has to be indoors, doesn't it? Oh no, sometimes it's just at petrol stations, aren't they?
Yeah.
You could just say that it's you yourself, and then if people manage to find you, you're sort of running around like the golden snitch. People can work out where you are. They give you your parcel. They go, great,
Tackle
well done.
you to the
But then
ground.
you have to carry the parcel around all day.
That's
just
fine. I'm
wherever
happy to
you
do
are.
it if I'm making good money off it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, it's quite buzzy. If you heard about that, you've got to catch him and then he'll take your parcels. People would recommend that to a friend. They'd say, you've got to try this new app. There'd be an app. And maybe there'd be clues for whereabouts I am. And then people would narrow me down.
Just make it even more inconvenient than it is. Basically,
it's like a sort of treasure hunt / delivery
a terrible treasure hunt where you get nothing good at the end. There's no sweets or present. What do you think of the service at the post office, Joz?
At my post office or any post office?
I think
Harry's got a bone to pick with her.
Really?
I think the post office system is flawed.
Really?
Yes.
Why? What don't you like? I think stamps are a bit expensive. Is my feeling.
Whoa.
I feel like they used to be about maybe 50p.
Well, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Things go up.
Yeah. I'm not having a go.
That's not my
the shares
problem.
he bought though, eh?
What's your?
My problem is I bring something there, and then they say you have to put it in a parcel.
This is
right.
And then
Yeah.
then I have to leave the queue and then go and get a parcel, and then I have to get scissors and sellotape, and then I have to wrap it, and I have to buy a pen. And I just
why
think,
don't you do that at home? This sounds like something you might do once, and then on every subsequent trip to the post office, just remember to do it at home.
Yes.
Have you not? You've just not done that?
No. And I feel like everything is so convenient in life. Why can't the post office? I think they're being facetious.
Or maybe there should be maybe there should be two shops next door to each other.
Took a gamble and I said facetious. Next door, that's a business.
So you always go into the parcel shop first. If you ever need to go to the post office, you always remember to go to the parcel shop.
No, but I don't want to go to two shops. I want it to be a one-stop shop.
Well, you can
I
go
want
to,
to turn
like,
up and say,
mailbox.
post this,
You
wrap
can.
it, send it.
You can, yeah. There's companies that do it for you.
Who?
There's like mailboxes, etc.
Where do I find them?
Maybe search for it on the internet or something.
But where do I go?
Well, they have branches.
Okay. So wait, this exists?
I remember there used to be shops. I don't know if they're still around, where they'd be like, bring us your stuff and we'll put it on eBay for you.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I think I'd like that as well.
Yeah, but I don't know I haven't seen many of them around at the moment. Maybe they've gone
very
under.
difficult to get rid of things at the moment. I'm trying to
It's
get rid of
annoying,
the
isn't it,
kettle
getting rid of
and
stuff.
Oh, do I want a big table? Like a huge table?
How big is it?
It's got like a tiled. It's about that long.
Big enough for here.
Yeah, it would go right in the middle there.
So we
couldn't walk in.
Narrow gangway. Yeah, it would fit there really well.
Why are you getting rid of your table?
I got to move. Got to move to a smaller place, and it's quite a big table.
Joz is moving to Primrose Hill.
Very nice.
Well, just staying there, just moving up the street I'm already in.
Oh wait, are you there at the moment?
Yeah, I'm staying in my girlfriend's dad's place, and we were going to move out of Primrose Hill because we thought we couldn't afford it, but then a small flat became available there, but it's not big enough for our table.
Oh, so no.
It's a shame.
Put it
it's
in
one
storage.
Of those things. Yeah, could do, but then you're spending more money.
Yeah.
Then we might as well have left.
Do you want it?
What, a table?
Yeah.
No. I don't need it. I haven't got anywhere to put it.
Yeah.
You can put it upside down in here and then just walk around the legs.
Oh yeah, that would be quite good.
Yeah, that'd be useful.
And then it's just a sort of a thing to lean against.
Yeah, or like a boat kind of thing. You could sit in the middle of it and think.
Or in a way, for small chairs, you could sort of perch on the tip of each leg. They're quite sturdy legs. They're about that. So you could sort of balance yourself on them a bit.
Something to think about?
I think we don't want your table, Joz.
Fair enough. That's fine.
Really
That's fine.
appreciate
I'll do Gumtree.
What have you got to... Are you trying to get rid of something?
No, well,
Kettle.
Bobby's cross because I got
Kettle.
two. Yeah, the kettle, yeah.
She's got... guess how many sofas there are in this house?
3.
There's 5.
5? Where are they all?
Dotted around.
Fucking hell.
Keeps buying sofas.
I keep buying sofas, but
They're
everyone sits
expensive,
on
aren't
them.
they, sofas?
I'm quite good at getting them cheaper.
Right.
Because some
Where'd
of them
you
they're
go?
like $2,000.
Yeah.
But I got one the other day that was like, I think it was just under.
You got another
300.
one?
No, this was
6 sofas. Yeah.
no, there's no more, and I think I've got to get rid of one.
Which one? Have you got a least favourite?
Yeah, it's it doesn't have any legs.
Oh, that's just.
I find it hard to let go of things.
Yeah.
I feel that like
Yeah.
there's a table we used to have in here, and Sunil hated it, and we can't have it anymore, and it just makes me sad.
Do you get very attached to like rubbish, to just stuff that isn't even kind
It's
of?
a rude way to talk about Bobby. No.
Oh yeah.
No, that's not my stuff. That's not
what, the
mine.
treadmill?
That's, the treadmill is. But that's
No one ever sees that when they watch the videos of this. They don't realise there's a Reebok treadmill. Just there we go. There's a camera view of the treadmill.
Don't give away my secrets.
Behind the scenes
There's
there.
been a real war about that treadmill.
Do you never
because
use it?
I'm very pregnant, Joz.
Oh yeah. No, that's fair.
But
That's fair,
I
actually.
was using it, but the problem is now Bobby has taken everything that was in this room and made it all different. And so
Right.
the room was predominantly the treadmill, but now the treadmill is...
I'm not sure you need a room predominantly for a treadmill.
No, well, I know that, but...
You could just run outside
All right, Joz.
if you wanted.
You could just run on the spot.
No, but last time I ran outside was Boxing Day, and then I fell on my face, and I still have a scar on my knee.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then I got really... I was bleeding a lot, and then I went to the park, and then I called Bobby and told him he had to come and get me, but then... I realised it was
Why
fine.
was
Yeah, I
that?
just limped home.
You said that as though Boxing Day was like the reason. For
I just think
that
it's quite
happening.
impressive to go for a run on Boxing
Yeah,
Day.
it is
So
actually.
I just
Yeah,
wanted
you
to
just
get
wanna
that out
get
there.
it,
Yeah,
yeah.
thank you. Yeah. How do you run?
I did for a while. I ran every day in the first lockdown for a bit. I ran 5k every day because I went a bit mad.
Yeah, that's
I
like
did
a
that.
manic. That's a manic approach.
And then I found a 30-day arms workout online.
We can tell, Joz.
Well, I thought I'm going to use this because everyone I knew in my house left, so it was just me and a mad alcoholic guy that lived in the attic that I never saw. So I was like, I'm going to use this to transform myself, so when everybody comes back, I look really different. And that will be like a fun journey to have gone on. So I grew a beard, and then I went for a run every day, and then I was doing these arms exercises. I had 2 very heavy books because I didn't have dumbbells and you couldn't go to the shops. So I just used 2 heavy books every day. But then it turns out you have to do that consistently, otherwise you just sort of
Yeah, it
wither
just
back
goes,
to your
yeah.
basic self. I did the 30 days, and then
right.
within about 2 days, I looked like I did.
muscle
on day
just
one
wasted
again.
away.
Yeah, it was a waste of time, complete waste of time. And then I sort of stopped. I kept running for a bit, but then I feel like maybe I had associations now, and now I think, oh, that's what I did when I went mad. That was my sort of
You've managed to make running unhealthy.
yeah. It's
for you,
quite
Joz,
triggering
yeah.
to go for a run now.
Pretty impressive that you can just run. How far were you running?
It was about 5k every day.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so
That's
it was
really
quite a lot. And then, but everybody sort of noticed and then started buying me running stuff. So I've now got like quite fancy running gear that I don't use because whenever I put it on, I start to get stressed again. Yeah. So I do it a bit. I do it every now and again.
Did you ever run while tears were streaming down your face?
I have actually the first time I ran, I started running in December 2018 because I sent a text asking somebody out for a drink, a girl that I liked.
Right, yeah.
And then I was so scared of her answer that I threw the phone across the room and then ran out of my flat and ran for half an hour, just in the clothes I was wearing, which was like suit shoes, like smart suit shoes, and
Tails.
trousers and a
flat.
shirt.
Oh God.
So more or less a suit, but without a jacket. I can't remember why I was dressed so smartly, but ran out.
To send the message you were asking a lady out. So you had
I wanted
dress
to
for the
be
occasion,
formal.
yes.
And then I ran around Brockwell Park for about half an hour, just scared to go home. And I think I was crying. Or certainly I was in a heightened emotional state.
Right.
And then I came back and she'd gone, yeah, all right. And then it didn't work out. But
Yeah, all right. Enthusiastic.
But I felt like a buzz from the run. So I was like, I've got to do this more. That felt
right.
good. And then I
But
bought
maybe
some
it was
trainers.
because she said yes that you felt the buzz.
No, I felt the buzz before I'd even looked at the text. I felt like that was good. That was a good thing to do. And it kind of got the emotion out. So I'll do that more.
I've never felt good after a run.
Really.
You've never run.
I've run.
When have you run?
When have I run?
When have you
Did you
run?
name
Name
the
one
dates?
time.
How far?
When have you run that you've like an actual run? Like you're dressed for a run and you're going for a run.
chose to go
Not
for
that
it.
you're running away from something or you're running to
But
a
how long
donut
would
shop.
I have to run for? To classify
10 minutes?
10 minutes.
Oh. Oh. Gonna be going back to sort of teenage years now. Not a fan
Exactly,
of
yeah.
not a fan of running.
No, I know. That's
No, I
why
don't
that's
understand
why
what-
I didn't make any
When
sense.
have you run?
said you ran. I ran and
For
then
10 minutes.
Boxing Day.
I ran on Boxing
Yeah,
Day.
but when you run,
and then I was running.
when you run, it doesn't look like a run.
No, I know. Yeah, I know.
What do you do?
It's like, you know, Sonic the Hedgehog,
Arms
where they like
out.
roll
Yeah,
out. When Sonic runs, that's you, but slower.
It is embarrassing. I was going through a stage of really running, and then it's just if you run into someone that you know, like it's so embarrassing. I can't handle it
Why? Because you're all runny.
because you're just like you're in a different headspace, and then you have to chat, and it just all
You don't have to
feels
chat.
it all feels weird.
Why do you bump
don't
into
have to do
people
it.
you know when you run? Where do you
I
run?
don't know. I just run in the park.
Right. And it's
then-
full of people you know.
Yeah, or on the treadmill, and then I run into Bobby, and it's just awkward.
I
you
had
know?
no idea you liked running enough to buy a treadmill.
I do. I really like running. Yeah, I started quite late. I've done a half marathon.
Have you?
Whoa.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Congrats.
When? Did I give you any money for
That's
that?
really good.
Don't think I did.
No, I did it for charity. So
But did I give you any money for it?
no. Oh, did you give me?
You thought so.
I was just going to pay you
he
to
pay
run.
you?
Did I pay you to do a marathon?
Did you pay me to do a marathon? No, I don't think you did pay me actually.
I would have, but when was it? When was this half marathon you talk about?
2014.
Didn't know you.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did, didn't I? I
I'll
was
sponsor
busy.
you to do a half marathon.
I don't want to do a half marathon.
Okay.
What would you do in exchange for sponsorship?
No, nothing.
Nothing.
I don't know if I would. Sponsorship, I don't know. I'd
What about
shave.
sponsored silence? You like that?
Oh, I do a sponsored
yeah.
but it has to be something that you
wouldn't
find
be able to
it's
challenging.
gonna be
manage it.
out of character.
What other charity challenges are there?
Shave your head.
I'm not going to do that.
Go in a bath with baked beans.
Yeah, fine, I'll do that.
Go to bath with baked beans.
With a can of baked beans.
Phrasing it.
Yeah, I'll do it. Ice bucket. Probably wouldn't do that.
That's quite dangerous, isn't it? The ice bucket. Didn't someone die?
I think get a
Oh,
heart attack did they, or
really?
something
Yeah.
from the extreme cold, I guess. I don't know. If you just give me a challenge that I might do, and I might do it. I wouldn't even do
don't care
Movember.
enough.
It wouldn't make sense.
Would you not shave off the moustache but leave everything else, but then grow the moustache back?
No, I wouldn't
Yeah,
do it.
no.
Yeah, it
Are
would
you
look
doing
horrible.
Movember?
Yeah,
or-
horrible.
No, I thought about doing that. I thought about just going down to a sort of a chin
Yeah.
thing and then getting that. But I thought it's just then you're just going to look shit for.
No,
a month
that
in
looks really
exchange
good though.
for-
The moustache
Does it?
and the chin thing.
No, I mean no moustache and a
Just
full
the-
beard.
Oh no, that's not
unsettling.
for anyone.
Yeah,
No.
You can go down a Games
Do you
Workshop
shave
with
here
that.
in between the bits?
No,
there?
that's just like
Really,
that.
that's just how it is?
Yeah, it's just I don't know what's going on there. Maybe one day they'll fill in.
It's like a Musketeers.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
moustache.
say. It's very Musketeers.
Still learning,
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
learning how to do that.
Good for you.
It's getting there.
Good for you, Joz.
It's nice to discover new things about
What about
yourself,
growing
you
it
know?
into a point? Like that would really embrace
I don't know
the
how.
Musketeers.
I went to get my hair cut last week for the first time in a while, and he asked if I wanted him to do my beard, and I got so scared of the idea that I said no, because I find it generally just scary being in a barber's and not knowing what's going to happen. And because the whole beard is new, I had no idea what that was going to feel
It's fine
like,
at
or
the
how
moment. It's
stressed
very
I was gonna
neat.
feel.
It's only when you start feeling it's sort of a bit unkempt.
I
Right.
had no idea men were so scared of the barbers. Like Sean McLaughlin had the same problem. Like
It's
I never
horrible.
knew
Yeah,
it
it
was
is a
such
terrible business.
Stressful thing.
It is
It's
because
absolutely
it's just like
so sad. It's such
all the men in this room are terrified.
Yeah,
of the
I
barber.
didn't know that you all went through this.
Unless you've got someone you've gone to for years and you trust, then it's all a bit of a shot in the dark.
Well, I
isn't it? You
think
don't know.
we've found our business, maybe.
Barbering.
Start,
Comforting barbers.
Comforting men after the barbers.
Yes.
A hug after the barber.
Yeah, a nice kind barber.
That does work.
Yeah. There we go.
No, you
Nobody
need-
steal it.
No, you need someone to like. Once you've gone to the barber and you don't like it, you can't go back and say, "Please, can you sort it out again?" So you need another barber. You need second tier
Rescue barber.
Rescue barber.
But I
rescue barber.
like to not like it when I leave the barbers because I prefer. Like I don't like this at the moment because it's too short. But I like the idea of liking my haircut about 2 or 3 weeks after I've been to the barbers because it buys me time. So I often have it in the barbers where they get it to a point where they think it's okay. And then I tell them to go further because I want it to be a long time before I have to spend the money again.
Right.
And then they cut more off.
What,
but then they often misunderstand and then cut too much off.
Yes.
What have
And
you
it's-
What have you done? What have you done to your hair today? Have you blow dried it?
No, I've done nothing. It's just
No,
what
because it looks blow dried, doesn't it?
It's
Is it-
very,
it's sort of.
There's a.
This is just what he did to it. I don't know what he did.
When did you
I said
when
just
did he
keep-
cut your hair?
About 5 days ago.
Yeah, but he didn't make it stand up on end like that.
No.
But did you walk out of the barber looking like that?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what it
what-
looks like. I've not looked in the mirror today. So I've got no idea what it's
But
doing.
it's
What's
just
it doing?
it's like a hedgehog.
Yeah, it does
But
that.
I didn't. I'm not noticing it. I'm
It
not
does that
noticing
when
it
it
in a
gets-
bad way. But I'm
When
saying
it gets too short.
that's not normally the
It's
haircut
very,
you have.
No, it's
Is
very,
it not?
But you've got quite thick hair, but it's all standing up on end. I've never seen that on you.
I don't know what the guy did.
No, he's done a
I
good
just
job.
said
I
bit
think it's a
more.
good, clean haircut. I think it's neat.
The main thing I wanted to try and because
Did he rub a balloon on the top?
Here we go. Pile in on Joz's haircut.
I've got my hair cut twice since last year. Because I've started just doing longer gaps to see what happens. And the last time I got it, I got home and my girlfriend burst into tears at the sight of my haircut. So the main thing this year was like I've got to do something different enough that it doesn't do that because that. I mean, it's not a nice thing to have done to you. To have
Did it
somebody
look like
burst
that
into
when she
tears.
cried?
I can't remember. She said the reason she cried is because it looked a lot like her dad's haircut, and it made her feel like she was going out with her dad. So that was eventually what I managed to get. But she was like sobbing.
Yeah.
She was like properly sobbing, and I didn't know what to do. So this time, I think I just tried to give slightly different instructions because I never know what to ask for. I always sort of go. I want it to be shorter. I want it to be
How
what
old
it
was the
is.
barber?
He was young and
Was
he was
he?
new.
Did you show a picture of a hedgehog?
I showed a picture of myself with hair I like. I said,
Yes.
that's what I look like when I've got good hair.
Yeah.
And he said, okay, great. And then...
Was it that?
well, he
Yeah, it
kept,
looks fine. I just think it's funny.
He kept apologising while it was going on, which I thought was about... Like, he was doing things, and then I'd be like, could you sort out the front a bit? And then he was like, yeah, I'm just doing this because otherwise when you wash it, it's all going to stick up and look crazy. And I was like, okay, that's fine. But he was quite defensive where whenever I commented on anything, he got quite kind of, I need to do this side because... And then there was, they wouldn't balance up. And he kept looking at it and going, I don't understand why it's not. It was really stressful. Just constantly being like, why is that bit out but the other side isn't? And then he got the clipper. I'd said no clippers. I'd said scissors because I prefer it with scissors. And then at one point, this side was sort of puffing up like a mushroom a lot. And he was cutting it and then looking at the other side and being like, it won't balance up. And then he got out the clippers and just proper, like, got into my head, like, rubbed it really frantically again, which I've never had a barber do. It's normally a kind of like and he probably just rubbed it like sandpaper on the side of my head. And now I look like this.
And then he just stopped and sent you out.
Yeah, it's like, that's as good as it's going to get. Thanks for coming. Here's your loyalty card. If I go back 6
I can
times,
see
I get
it
it
is.
for
It
free.
is traumatic. Yeah.
Yeah,
it does sound
stressful.
traumatic,
It's
actually,
pretty
especially if you said
stressful.
no clippers.
Yeah, that was a bit of a like. That was the point where I just. Stopped.
I always thought saying
didn't
no.
invest anymore.
I always thought saying no clippers meant it would be a bit more presentable.
Yeah.
But then I think
Because I don't like the fade thing. I don't like fades.
Yeah. But then I've had a like clipper on the side, and it actually feels quite good.
Really?
Yeah, it feels like really neat.
What to run your
Run-
hands
like
through?
it's like a mole. Yeah, like a small rodent. You know when you're just like stroking a mole.
Joz, have you been upset about anything else recently?
So the story I wanted to tell about crying.
Sorry,
was
that's not the
time
question we ask people normally. We ask if they're crying, not if you've been upset about something.
Just becomes a sort of therapy podcast about.
Sorry,
I was trying to make
anyway.
it flow because you always just go, so have you cried much?
No,
And
I
so
did it
was trying to
earlier. I
make
said if
it
you
like-
run while crying.
Yeah, but that was so specific.
Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. Please.
A little while ago, I tried to make myself cry to impress a room full of children, and it backfired quite a lot. And I thought I'd tell you that story. Because I'm quite good at making myself cry because my emotions are very sort of on the surface a lot of the time, so it doesn't take much to set them off. Like I'll cry at it's mainly reality TV at the moment. It's like Bake Off and Strictly, and if anybody says anything about
me
being
and Elliot have that as well.
proud or how they've worked hard, I'm gone. So they're sort of there quite easily. And then I had to, last year, my friend who's a teacher booked me. She was directing a production of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory with her class. And she wanted there to be a bit where the Oompa Loompas and Willy Wonka do a magic trick. So she got me to come up to Nottingham to teach her class magic so that they could do a kind of a basic magic trick. And she introduced me to the class and said, this is Joz, he's a comedian, he's going to be teaching you magic in the second half of the class. And one of the kids said, what's your best joke? And I said, I don't really have jokes, I just sort of do funny things. And then the kid went, you shouldn't tell people you're a comedian if you can't do jokes when they ask you for a joke. And I was annoyed, and the kids laughed at that. So they were finding him funnier than me.
Yes, you were being bullied.
Yeah, basically. So I thought I'm going to do something really funny because I had to watch her do the first half of her class, and then I was going to do the magic in the second half. So I thought I'll do something really funny in the first half that will prove to them that I'm a funny, silly comedian. So she turned the lights off and she did a body check. Do you know body checks where it's like a meditation thing? Everyone lies down. It was a drama class. Everybody lies down. They do that in maths. And she says, listen to your feet and listen to your stomach and all that kind of thing. And she put on some ambient music. So I thought while that was going on, it would be really funny to make myself cry. And then when the lights came on, I would pretend that I was so moved by the ambient music that I'd become very emotional. And then I would get them all to clap. I'd be like, wow, a round of applause for your teacher for such a mood. So that was the plan. So while it was dark,
really good plan. Can I just say, Joz, really good plan, actually.
I thought that this would really sell me as like a funny comedian. They'd be like, "Wow, that was a great."
In tears at ambient music.
But I was hoping they'd be. I don't know what. Yeah, I really don't know what reaction I wanted from them.
Horror.
I just thought they would go, that was fun and silly. We like him now, and we trust him, and we're ready to learn magic from him. So she turned the lights off and played this music, and then I made myself cry and got to sort of like tears down my face kind of thing. And then when it finished, she turned the lights on and just immediately went, right, so last week we were talking about Stanislavski, so everybody get your books out. So I didn't have a moment to do my bit, so I just had to wipe my face and then compose myself and then carry on. And I reckon some of them saw it. Maybe not all of them, but I reckon a few of them would have noticed, the comedian's in tears.
What were you going to do that was going to be funny?
I was going to stand up and go something like, wow, that was so moving. Well done. Fucking hell, it's crap. It's really shit. If it had gone well, it would still have been really shit.
It looked like you were crying.
It looked like I was quietly crying in the corner because they said you've not got any
How old are these children?
They're about 10 or 11.
Oh my
so old
God,
enough
Joz.
to be
10
mean.
or 11, yeah, quite. Oh, Joz.
It was horrible.
Oh,
it was really horrible. And then second half, I had to try and find some authority to go, right, so stage magic works.
You bombed and then cried. And now you're doing magic.
Absolutely horrible. Really horrible.
What magic do you do?
I taught the Oompa Loompas how to make a coin disappear.
Okay.
Which is actually quite a hard trick to do in a big production with lots of people on stage because it means the mums and dads can't really see what's going on. So probably I don't think they did that one in the end. And I taught Willy Wonka how to do a quick change. Just how to go from being in a dressing gown to being in a suit.
Oh, how'd you do that?
You just wear a suit under your dressing gown.
Oh, revealing all the tricks.
He was very unimpressed by it as well.
The magic
I think they'd
circle
all
is
come
not
in
very
being like,
happy
we're going to learn about
Joz's.
magic. And I just told them,
dear.
yeah, just wear a suit. Under your,
Do you both want to hear a sad story?
No?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to.
yeah, of course.
Okay. So now this might make you cry.
Ooh.
Delta Airlines passenger breastfeeding, screaming cat that looked like a baby refused to stop.
Fucking hell. Sad story. This is where we got to with the sad stories. Cats being breastfed.
Breastfeeding a cat that looked like a baby.
Sorry, start again. Just start again.
Read the title. Delta Airlines passenger, then in quotes, breastfeeding, screaming cat that looked like a baby refused to stop.
How do you find this one?
This was just an article that I happened to be reading, and then I saved them like through the week.
What were the details? How did she?
Yeah,
did she think it was her baby?
Let me tell you, this woman had one of those like hairless cats swaddled up in a blanket, so it looked like a baby.
Right.
Ainsley said her shirt was up and she was
Ainsley's
trying to get the
Ainsley.
cat to latch, and she wouldn't put the cat back in the carrier, and the cat was screaming for its life. Security guards responded to the
Very sharp
incident.
teeth, though, cats.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why did she also have a baby there and she like mixed them up? She reached for the baby and she picked up the cat, or was the cat?
Was she?
There's
She brought the
absolutely
cat.
no information.
That's
about...
it. End of story. Is it?
That's chilling.
No. According
Pictures?
to the airline's website, it fully supports a woman's right to breastfeed on board Delta and Delta Connection aircraft. And then Delta allows passengers to bring small cats, dogs, and birds onto the cabin. So it seems like Delta is responsible.
Birds.
Delta's lactation policy does not
We allow
address
you to bring
animals,
birds
but
on.
it is unlikely to apply.
What kind of bird? A small bird would you want to bring on a flight with you?
Eagle.
A
Parrot.
small bird.
Budgie.
Eagle. Budgie, better.
If you're trying to take your budgie
Yeah, pigeon.
on holiday
Oh,
with you.
these are therapy animals, aren't they? Is that what they mean?
I was just thinking pet.
Yes,
Oh,
therapy.
right, yeah,
Yeah,
but-
where the woman
Holiday
put the peacock.
Therapy eagle. I have a therapy vulture.
Yeah. Well, that was quite a short one, but
really
Yeah, it was a short
sad
one,
about
but it
not
wasn't
getting
sad.
closure to that story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because she
sad.
sounds insane. Like
I'm
she sounds
actually
not
sad now.
very
Yeah.
well.
She didn't-
I know.
I'm sad.
Unless it was
I
just
feel
a
sad for the
mistake.
cat.
I feel sad for the woman and the cat.
And everyone else on the flight.
Yeah.
And Delta Airlines.
There
Nobody
were-
comes out well.
No.
No.
Where's the baby?
Who's Ainsley?
Where's the actual woman's baby? That's what I don't...
Does she have a baby?
She must have a baby. If she's
doesn't
picking up a
say.
pink thing that looks like a baby and
There
trying to
was-
breastfeed it.
Oh, yeah.
There
she's
was
obviously-
a
she's gotta have
report
one.
through the system on Delta Flight 1360 stating that a passenger in seat 13A was breastfeeding a cat and will not put cat back in its carrier when the flight attendant requested.
See, and that's the weird
Newsweek
bit as well. Because the
reported.
fact that she wouldn't... Because you'd think the minute somebody says, oh, that's a cat,
You
you
go,
would
"Oh,
you would
God,
agree
yes,
to put it back
yeah.
in its cat. So she is not well.
She's obviously
is she?
not well, yeah.
No, yeah.
That's sad. That is the saddest
is
story
sad.
you've told on this podcast ever.
It's chilling, isn't it?
God.
It's just bleak, isn't it? It's just like someone should help her.
Or
And
maybe the
cat.
cat likes it when they're at home and then in public it gets embarrassed.
What are you saying here?
I
What are you, where are we going with this?
don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying to stand up for the lady.
Oh, yeah,
we
no,
all-
I'm
we're all
not having a go
helping.
at her.
We
Yeah.
I'm not
think
having a
that
go
she
at
should
her.
have help.
Yeah.
You're standing up for the situation.
No, I'm not supporting breastfeeding cats. I'm not.
You're saying the
supporting
cat
that.
wants it.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not. It clearly didn't. It was screaming for its life.
But you said maybe it likes it.
That's
at
a weird
home.
detail for its life.
Cats
Because it makes it
just-
sound like
I
there's something else
yes,
going on.
Cats just
yes.
make a noise anyway sometimes.
Yeah.
You can't
Yeah.
tell what noises mean from animals sometimes.
You can't.
All right, well,
I think you can get like a ballpark.
you get a ballpark.
Like,
Scream
This is
or
bad.
another noise.
Yeah.
A ballpark, this is bad.
Thanks so much for coming,
Thank you,
Joz.
Joz.
Thank you.
Do you
Thank
have
you for having
anything
me.
coming up that people can watch? Or?
I've got a show that's on in February at the Vaults, which people will be very welcome to come along if they'd like to. They
Yes.
can find it on my website,
What's your website?
joznorris.co.uk.
Do you make your own website?
I do. I need to do it up a bit. It's a bit.
Just let me know if you need any help.
Oh! Do you do websites?
Yeah.
Is that a new business?
I've
idea?
only done mine so far, but people are very impressed.
McDobbins websites.com.
Her website is actually like not chaos, which
Really?
is
Yeah.
very
Oh,
good
okay, maybe
reflection.
I'll chat to you about that. I need
well,
to do it
because
up.
people, it turns out everyone's idiots and they don't know how to do websites apart from me.
I know
So-
the basics, but it's more like it's the fact that redoing it means you got to move everything round,
I
and
can move
sometimes it
things
all
round.
works.
Yeah.
but it works while not looking very good. So
Yeah.
you got to balance it
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
people can.
I broke
can
mine.
go.
I should have gone to Harriet.
Really?
Yeah,
How
should've
did you
come
break
here.
it?
One stop
I
shop.
moving stuff around, then it all went to pot, so I just started again with just a text
no.
file with three
First
bullet
mistake,
points.
yeah.
Oh my god.
So that's easy. That's
That's
the
your
thing.
website. Just text.
No, my friend took over it in the end.
Ah, right.
Yeah, my friend is an actual designer.
Okay.
Shout out to Matt Cheese. Hope you're listening.
Thank you so much for listening, everyone. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram and Patreon. If you want an extra episode, then the show becomes weekly, and it's only the price of
One coffee?
one coffee, yeah, and not even like a really fancy coffee.
Like a big one, though.
Yeah, big one. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.